For me, the emotion in music comes from live musicians playing in a studio. Because I'm a musician, I know when I play with other musicians in my studio or on stage, there's some magic that happens there which you can't create in a computer with the loops and stuff like that.
Hi Kuljit, thank you so much for having me here in your recording studio.
It's a pleasure.
I've been wanting to come here for ages, but yeah, I'm finally here, so I can't believe it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're here. Thank you so much.
Kuljit, today I want to talk about your mega album, Namaste Bombay.
Yeah. The songs are all inspired by what I call my favourite golden era of Hindi film music. And so I've recorded the songs with a live orchestra, live instruments, saxophones, bansuri, violins. It's the biggest recording project I've ever done in my life.
Really?
And there's 38 songs, and they're all original.
Okay.
And I did, apart from the lyrics, I did everything myself, the arrangements, the compositions, and it was all recorded in this studio. So it was a mega project, actually.
As a child, you were speaking to me about your journey and your experiences with the Bollywood music, and how did that work out as a composer, as a musician?
Yeah, sure. I think I was about 3 or 4 years old, and I heard Bollywood music for the first time. It was a really scary film. I think it was a Madhumati, and it really scared me. Okay. But the music made it just hit my heart, and that was the first time I heard Bollywood orchestral music, you know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't called Bollywood in that time, obviously, but let's call it filmi music.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
And that's the first time that it really hit me. And then I began to be interested in playing instruments. So I started playing tabla when I was about 5 or 6. Okay. My mother used to sing in the Sikh temples, and so they used to force me to play tabla. And I used to say, yes, Dad. And so I played tabla, but I began to love it. Then after listening to the filmi music, I wanted to know which instruments were in it and how they put it together. So that's how my curiosity developed. And then later on, I went into music full-time.
Back in the day, Bollywood music would be composed with a composer given like a kind of a script, and he would be told much in advance of what was required of him. How did you make this mega album?
I mean, I've always wanted to compose music for a Bollywood film, but what happens is nowadays they have 2 or 3 composers working on one film.
Yes.
You know, the underscore music, which is underneath the dialogue, that's done by someone else. The songs are done by someone else. And my condition to the Bollywood guys was that I wanted to do everything, the underscore and the song, because the music underneath the dialogue is actually setting up the platform for the song.
Very true.
You know, and if someone else does it, it might not work. Songs in the old days, songs sold the films.
Yes, it was almost like a marketing strategy, right?
Exactly. So what the film producers used to do is get the songs first, and then some of them built the film around the songs.
Yeah.
And so because they knew that the songs would get popular, and in fact the songs were released sometimes 6 months before the film as a marketing strategy, and people already heard those songs on the radio. So this is the time before the internet and satellite TV and all that sort of stuff. So they heard the songs on CD or album, and then the songs got popular or known by the public. And then when the public went to see that film, there was more chance of them liking it because they loved the songs. True. But I didn't approach this album, Namaste Bombay, in that way because of my desire to do music for a Bollywood film, which never came true. I thought I'm going to do it my way, which is I'm going to do Bollywood songs, but without a film.
Wow.
So I which is obviously, technically speaking, they're not Bollywood songs, but musically speaking and orchestrally speaking, they are. And my hope is that when people hear the songs, they might say to themselves, I wonder which film that is from. And if they ask themselves that question, then I've done my job.
Wow. What is your take on the digital stuff that goes into the music?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think youngsters who are learning production or composition, when they meet me, they say to me, hey, Kuljit, where do you get your loops from? And I said, well, I play them. And they just, it's like error message I do not understand. I'm not against computers. I do use computers. And I've also used loops as well, but I use them as sketches before I get acoustic musicians in. For me, the emotion in music comes from live musicians playing in a studio. Because I'm a musician, I know when I play with other musicians in my studio or on stage, there's some magic that happens there which you can't create in a computer with the loops and stuff like that.
And were you working as a collaboration with the singers, or how did it work with the singers?
Yeah, it is a collaborative process, and otherwise I'd get one singer to sing all 38 songs, but
Yes.
You want different personalities, different input. Some singers are more creative than others, and some singers are really good at doing, what they're told to do precisely. But I always treat it as a sort of collaboration process.
As a producer, how do you keep a singer in mind? Do you plan a song and then say, okay, this is going to be the perfect singer?
Yeah. I mean, as a general rule in my life, what I've done in all the thousands of songs that I've produced, I write the melody first,
Okay.
and then I get a lyricist to fit the lyrics to the melody. Because I'm not a writer myself, like a lyricist. So I have got lyric writers to write stuff before, and in this case, some of the songs in Namaste Bombay are written by Mangesh Gujjar.
Okay.
And so those lyrics came first, then the composition and arrangement came later. But with the other songs, the other 23 songs, I started with a melody, and then because I had the luxury of lockdown, I know that's a weird thing to say because it was a horrible time, but I was trapped in a recording studio so I thought I need to make use of it. And I had the luxury of being able to be picky and choosy. So every song in this album was written with that particular singer in mind.
Kuljit, as a composer, as a music producer, and as a musician yourself, you've created so many different types of music, like Bhangra to Bollywood to British jazz. And how does that happen? Like, how do you change it, and how do you do these things? And what really inspires you?
How I stay inspired is I just feel like I've got a duty to do that. And I live this is my recording studio, so I live here upstairs, and I just feel it would be a shame if I didn't use it as much as I could. So, yeah, I mean, I love life, and I'm curious about everything. I love meeting people, and I love creating things. So that gets me out of bed every morning. And the turning point came for me when I got awarded an honour from the Queen, so I got an MBE. But it says on the citation, it says, for services to British Asian music.
Wow.
So I thought, oh my God, have I been in... I didn't think I've been in service of anything. I just thought I'm making music, But it becomes like a duty then for me, because I thought... and in fact, ever since I got that, which was 2009, I felt it my duty to do that.
Thank you, Kuljit, so much. I'm really excited. I can't wait for the singers to come in and hear the produced track, the entire track.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that as well. So they're going to come to the studio where it's recorded, but they're going to hear it all mixed. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that as well.
I'm looking forward to. Thank you so much, Kuljit.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.